Hi, E here again, and today we're going to be talking about beards. For today's tutorial, all we're going to need is some mascara and some makeup wipes. You don't need to use them if you prefer cold cream or any other type of makeup remover. I think that it's easier to, get in corners to shape if you feel that, you've made a little boo-boo or you want to smooth out some edges. We're also going to be utilizing our natural body hair. This might be difficult if you frequently remove your facial hair or if you're one of the lucky few out there that just don't have any. I have some. I have not taken off my sideburns this month so that I could do this tutorial for you. You're welcome. But you can see I have, some darker hair right here. You might even be able to tell a little bit on my upper lip. But our faces have natural hair that you might not be able to see all the time, but it's there. You feel your face. It's fuzzy. We're going to be using our mascara on that hair, just like you would on your lashes, and trust me, it's going to work. It's going to look like a real beard because you have a beard, whether you'd like to admit it or not. The mascara I've chosen is a Colossal Volume Cat Eye. You can use any type you like. It's more about the color in this case than the brand, but I chose a cat eye brush because it has a nice curve. You'll see here it's almost like a slight crescent or a C shape. For me, when I go to put this on my face, having that bend or bow makes it easier to get little details, whereas if you use a straight brush, you're constantly going to be, getting that little clump that all mascaras have on the end on your face. First step, pick a color that's right for you. I have a dark brown black. That's the shadow I'm going to be using. I am doing a Matt Murdock for Comic-Con. So he has darker hair, at least in the Netflix series. That's what I'm going to try to emulate. You might want to try this look for Castiel from Supernatural, Constantine, any kind of, darker scruff. They do have red. It's harder to find. You might have to do a little Amazon search for that. Blonde. I'm sorry, but this look is not going to work for you. You can try doing a light brown and then using a pressed powder or a, not yellow, but like a golden tone eyeshadow over it, but I can't guarantee that it's going to stick throughout the day. All right, so there's only really one step with this tutorial. It's just going to be downward strokes following your natural hairline. Lucky for me, I have a brother that has the same face shape, and everybody tells us we always look like twins, so I can think of his beard in my mind when I do this. But if you want to double check, you can just, touch your face, see what feels natural to you, that it's all going the same way. If I go like this, I can feel that there's hair there. If I go like this, I can't. It feels like a face. So you might want to check that on yourself first. Before doing this next step, some people might want to contour their face. To do that, you would just take a darker complexion and a contouring brush. If that's your go-to, that's fine. You would contour below your cheekbones and under your jaw. It could give you a more masculine shaped face. What I don't like about that is I already have very broad features. So for me, it kind of makes my face look a little bit bigger than it is, which I'm not fond of. But it also shows that you already have makeup on your face, so it can make the beard look more fake if you have contouring than it would without it. So typically when I do this, I have no makeup on my face. I don't have any foundation weighing down my natural facial hair. I have no eyeshadow, nothing. You might want to go in if you're doing a particular cosplay look and add some more details around your eyes or anything. That's, it depends on what you're doing. If you're just doing a female to male makeup for every day or just adding scruff, you might consider having a clean face when you do this. For the next step, there's really only one thing you need to do. You take your mascara brush, make sure there's plenty of mascara on it. You're going to need to redip multiple times. I would suggest every 1 or 2 brush strokes down, you apply again, just to make sure that it's heavy. Take any clumps off the bottom, the usual. Make sure that the C or the curve is facing your face. If you decide to use the curved brush, I do recommend it. And here we go. Again, you're going to be following the natural flow of your hair. So for me, it's pretty easy, especially with where this, I don't want to call them sideburns, but where I have a little bit of visible hair right here. You do want to go right up to your hairline, as that would be where a natural beard would start. You can see I'm using very tiny strokes down because I don't want to clump too much. But see how it's already making any natural hair on my face very visible. How far up on your cheekbones you go is up to you. It's really, the actor or persona you're trying to display. The men in my family have it very high up on their cheekbones, so I'm just going to get right in that contour line. All right, and we're just going to repeat the same motion over and over. If you get a little clump, don't worry, that's what we have our makeup remover for, and we can remove that later. Alright, so you can see half of my face is done now, so we have a bit of a before and after for you. We are going to take some makeup wipes and go in and get some of the smudging and clumps out of there, but while I was doing this, I thought of something that I wanted to share with you. The mascara that I was using is a little bit old. You probably want to go for a fresher look. You can see some of the brush strokes on my face, and we really don't want to go for that. You want to just target the hair, not your actual skin. So, note for future self and for you, go with the new bottle of mascara and not the old one you're trying to get rid of. Okay, so now we're going to take our makeup removing pad, wipe, or whatever you prefer. I like to fold it into squares so I have a nice sharp corner edge to work with. We're going to try and target any clumps or areas that might not look natural. Like you can see here, I went a little high on my cheek and it's a bit too straight to look right. We're going to go in and, try and add a little bit more curve and natural facial hair direction to that. After you've gone and straightened out any unnatural looking areas and gotten rid of some clumps, you might have some blank spots you need to fill in again. So at this time, you would go back, take your brush, and repeat the process however many times you need. If you continue to make mistakes in the same areas, just go at it a bit more slowly. Try and just use as little of the brush you can. It might just be a part of your face that has more curvature. You could have a blemish there, anything that needs a bit more attention. All right, so we're going to try and fill that in now for you. All right, so I'm pretty much done now. I might want to go back and pay special attention to little areas that have a bit too much mascara still, or that I want to reshape, but this is basically what it's going to look like. I think it has a more natural look than the stippling sponge effect, just because you are following your own hair growth instead of having the same repeated sponge pattern, and it definitely has a more natural look than brushing powder over your face and the hobo look that's become popular right now, just because you don't have a single block of color. But that's up to you to decide. Again, we have, our before, our clean face, and this is what it's going to look like after. And you can clean up however you like. If they are a bit more shaggy, you might want some darker lines in there. If it's a bit more clean cut, then you might want to go for a lighter brown and just take your time, go slow, and pay special attention to the entire area. I'm going for a scruffy look, so I don't mind that there's a little bit of gray on my skin. Once again, I'm E. You can check out my website, emtall.com, my Tumblr, tallstales.tumblr.com, or my Facebook and Twitter at tallstales. Hope to see you next time.